What is up, guys? We have two more Game 5s in the NBA tonight. We have the Pacers and the Cavs in an elimination game, and then we also have the Thunder and the Nuggets in a series that is currently tied 2-2. Major injury situation tonight. Donovan Mitchell is currently questionable to play. I'll touch on that later on in the video. But before I get into all this stuff, I do want to remind everybody to join the free Discord server. The link to join is in the description below. And also subscribe to the channel with the notifications on so you do not miss a video next time I post one. We'll head over to RotoWire here, take a look at the injury report. Donovan Mitchell, currently the only name we need to worry about in the first game. I think he personally plays. The spread is currently 7.5. I don't think the Cavs would be a 7.5 point favorite, especially with the game, the way the series has been going without Donovan Mitchell. So I do think he plays. I think he suits up. I think he wants to be there for his teammates and a last ditch effort to try to come back down 3-1. And then for Denver, Oklahoma City, Tyson's out. We really don't have to worry about that at all because he really has no impact on the rotation. We'll head over to Outlier. This is the website I use every single day to show my plays and do my research and everything. It is a paid subscription website, but if you want a 7-day free trial, there is a link to that in the description below as well. So the first play I want to touch on tonight is Miles Turner over 14.5 points. Now, if this game stays remotely close, Turner's going to play about 30 minutes in the game, maybe more than 30 minutes. And in games where he plays 30-plus minutes, he averages 17.8 points per game, and he's gone over this number in 29 out of 42 games. This is currently my only play in this game right now. I'm waiting to see if we get some official confirmation that Mitchell is going to be in. And when he gets ruled in later on today, I'll pop into the Discord server and I'll post a few plays for the Cavs that I'm going to be on. I just don't want to get burned if I make some plays here. And then Mitchell surprisingly gets ruled out or something, and then all of my unders are basically dead. So I'm just going to take a wait-and-see approach on the Cavs. This is my only play on the Pacers tonight, but I do have 4 plays I'm going to talk about for the next game. The first play in the next game is one that I'm always on pretty much the entire season when Chet Holmgren is active. This is actually the first time the entire season that I've seen SGA's number at 31.5 instead of 32.5. So that's a little bit concerning. The books are finally trying to catch on, 40 games in into the sample size, but we'll take it. I'm still going to take the play. He's gone under this number in 26 out of 38 games when Chet Holmgren is active, and he only averages 29.1 points per game in the sample size. Now, my only reservation on this play is it's a lot stronger when he's on the road. When we're looking at home games here, he's actually only gone under 12 out of 20 times, so it's not as strong as it would be when he was on the road, but I'm still going to take the play nonetheless. It's just, be careful with this one and don't go too overboard on it today. Next player we're going to be on, I was on this last game too, is Isaiah Hartenstein, over 19.5 points and rebounds. He historically plays very well against Denver. He averages 22.2 points and rebounds per game with Chet active against them, and he's gone over every single time. You see in the sample size here, all 6 games he's gone over. Even if I take the game without Chet there, it's 7 out of 7. So very strong matchup for Hartenstein. He plays pretty well against them. On the season, he went over in 18 out of 28 games and 9 out of 15 home games, while Chet Holmgren has been playing as well. So very strong spot for Hartenstein. We cashed on it in the last game. He had 22 last game. Hopefully he has another game just like that today. Now the third play for this game is this fucking guy, Michael Porter Jr., over 19.5 PRA. He has looked either absolutely terrible or he has looked lights out in this series, and there is no in-between. But he is still getting the minutes. He played 42 minutes in the game he went off. He played 34 minutes last game in a rough shooting game where he went 1 of 7 from the field and 0 of 5 from 3. Now, he had those 2 games here where he only played 24 and 25 minutes, one of which was an absolute blowout. But he played terrible in those 2 games. So there's been 4 games this series. He has played awful in 3 of them. So why am I taking his over? I'm looking at the full season sample size of games where he's played 30 or more minutes, because that's what I'm expecting him to play tonight. And when he plays 30 or more minutes, he averages 28.4 PRA. He's gone over in 57 out of 63 games. You see 3 of those losses were recently in the playoffs here, twice against the Clippers and once against Oklahoma City when he was playing this many minutes. I just need to go there. I think he gets 30-plus minutes tonight, and whenever I'm seeing the sample size, I kind of have to go with it. So it sucks. It's not fun. He's been really bad, but I'm going to take it anyways. And the last play I want to talk about is more of a gut play. It's Russell Westbrook, over 13.5 points and assists. So basically, he shot 2 of 12 last game, and he played under 23 minutes in the 2 games before. He did go over in one of those games. It was the absolute blowout against, when they lost by like 43 points against Oklahoma City, where he played 22 minutes or so. However, when the Nuggets were playing well and when they were winning games, Westbrook was the X factor. He is pretty much the reason why they got out of the first round. He's the reason why he won game 1. He's the reason why, he's just, that's where they are. They play their best when he's super aggressive, when he's driving to the hole, when he's getting to the free throw line. His three-point shot, it's hit or miss. He was very hot from 3 in the Clippers series. He kind of cooled off a bit in this series. He's only making 1 a game this series, whereas he was making basically 2 a game in last series. But I think he's going to be extra aggressive tonight. I do think he is going to play 30 minutes. And if I go to games where he played 30-plus minutes this year, he's gone over in 29 out of 31 games. So if we get big Westbrook minutes and if we get big Porter minutes and decent outputs out of both of those, I honestly think the Thunder could win tonight. Not the Thunder. The Nuggets can win tonight and pull off another upset. However, it is going to be difficult. It's a 10.5 point spread, and the Thunder, they're just a wagon. They're the title favorites at this point. But I do think Westbrook does show up and get a little bit more aggressive tonight, and that's why I'm taking his over on his points and assists. So just a quick recap of all my plays for today. We're going with, on the first game, Miles Turner over 14.5 points. I'll have more plays on the Cavs later on this afternoon. I'll post them in the Discord, so be sure to join that. And then the 4 plays in the second game, SGA under 31.5 points, Hartenstein over 19.5 points and rebounds, Westbrook over 13.5 points and assists, and Michael Porter Jr. over 19.5 PRA. That's going to wrap up this video for today, guys. Hopefully you guys cash in on some slips. If you do, go post them in the Discord server and let me know how you're winning on them. Best of luck on your plays tonight, and thank you for watching.